What's up, YouTube? We back at it again for a new video. And I may post this on TikTok. Y'all definitely follow me at the Narc Fairy on all platforms. Okay, let's get into it. So, today, you guys. Today I want to talk about why is it such an amazing thing that you're going to contact with the narc. And I'm not talking about, oh, leave that person alone, we think they're the devil, da-da-da-da-da. I'm talking about, like, really, what positive impacts is that going to have on your life, right? Now, just to start it off, narcissists only care about power, attention, and admiration. That's all they care about. And they care about it being consistent. The reason why no contact hurts narcissists, even when you've been discarded, is because they care about attention, admiration, and you basically being a flunky for them, so that they can have an ego boost and live another miserable day that might be like 2% not as miserable, because they have somebody to beat on and be in a fantasy that by them doing these things to these people, they are powerful and they aren't the fool. When in reality, a narc will forever be the fool. Even when a narc tries to play you for the fool, the narc is always going to be the fool, because the devil is a fool. So therefore, they try to foreshadow this idea that, there are these people that are self-sufficient, they just get tired of you, you're not good enough, da-da-da-da-da. Everything you feel after the discard, and I'm not trying to say this to be nice, I'm just keeping it 100. Everything you feel after the discard is what a narc feels like every day on a daily basis. Okay? That's why they're so cool with seeing you go through literal hell and watching it. Because that's their life every day. That's what they feel like every day. And that's why their behavior is how it is. That's why they value external gratification more than internal gratification, because they lack a sense of self. So when you go into contact with them, you basically choke them out with that. Some people may say, well, by the time I learned that this was a narcissist, I had already been discarded, which is very normal when you're dealing with a narc, because it's likely you started seeing them for who they are. Again, they want the most potent supply of getting admiration, power, control, and having a free range. Because you have gained an attachment and a care for this person, they feel like now, because you have, and they know that they're not worth shit, you're already getting played in that way, but they want to take it a little bit further and dog you, to really get that real enrichment of the supply. And when you find out who they are, you're interfering with their agenda. So they usually are going to have to go get another person, because, again, this is not a matter of a personalized thing. This will happen to everybody they date, unless they get out ahead of time, and they have no intentions on changing this, okay? Narcs don't go into anyone's life to bring positivity to it, and I promise you, if you're stalking their stuff or you're going on their social media and you're seeing them project this beautiful life, I don't want you to go look at it, first of all, before I say this, because that's a setup, that's a trap. And I promise you, when you go look, it's going to look like everything that you don't want to see on there. And it does. And here's another catch-22. What you see on there, I put it on our lives that whatever you're seeing being posted, it's the opposite. So if you go on there and look, I would not go look. Don't go look. But if you were to go look, because I'm going to tell you what you're going to see, so you ain't got to go look. If you were to go look, they're going to try their hardest to portray this. This is serious. Okay? The narc is their own personal PR team. Okay? They want to be perceived in a way. It's very important to them. They know they're inadequate. And I heard one time when I was watching Hari Over the Top, I was listening to China, and China said they have came to peace with who they are, and to a certain extent, they absolutely have come at peace with who they are. And that is why they're so, like, their lifestyle and them going from person to person seems very robotic, because they understand what they need or what they can get out of life, and they're going to try to get the most out of it. So, but here's the thing. You can be dating a narc, y'all can, quote unquote, be having a great relationship, and that person is actually kicking your ass in the spiritual, which is something I experienced. I wasn't always in a twosie with the narc. I wasn't always arguing with the narc. I wasn't always having a terrible time dating this person. It was not always bad, right? And when it wasn't bad, I was experiencing things like memory loss, potentially high blood pressure, and there's a lot of other ailments that could kill you, basically. You know, by being around these people, and it's not even really about the upfront what's happening. Because when you see a narc manifesting and trying to ruin your life, then like in this world, this reality, that means they're at battle with you already in the spiritual, and you technically have lost because you're still being around them, which now in the manifestation, you're now feeling the wrath of that whole situation. So being away from them is the best thing you could ever do in your life, because they have nothing going on, and they know that they're fucked up, they know that they're lame, they know that they're weird, they know that they're a loser, they know they're inadequate, they see it every day. Their life is a constant state of it's really like a nightmare. If y'all could really live in the life that they live, you would really, I don't want to feel sorry for them, but you would understand why they're so fucking desperate and such a fucking repetitive loser. You would see why and what their thoughts are and how they view the world. They feel like the world owes them something because their life is so bad. But like my ex, for example, he has this fantasy thing where he didn't even have a license at the time, and in his mind, I genuinely feel he thought people giving him rides or people helping him, in his mind, he convinced himself that it's not that he don't have a license and don't have shit and gotta ask other people to make a move. It's that we're his chauffeurs. And I want you to understand that. These people will believe us. They know that. But the reason why they will agree or believe unbelievable things like that is because they know they suck. They know the truth. But they prefer to live in a different reality that they're creating in their mind that doesn't exist. That's what they want. And they want you to live in the same delusion with them. You know, and that's why they will discard you and run off to somebody, and it really just seems like y'all never even knew each other. They'll really make you feel bad, but here's the thing. The reason why they acting like that, they want you to feel like that. They're doing psychological stuff to make you feel that way. But the reason why they want you to feel like that is because that's how they feel. You know, and when you're around somebody that's inadequate than you know, some people may not be, you know, maliciously jealous, but some people will. People that are not self-aware and don't look within, when you make them jealous, they take that as a personal insult because they're so slow. They don't realize, they realize it, but they don't reflect on themselves. And so because you're making them feel that way, it's your fault. You know, it's not their fault, they're inadequate, it's your fault. And that's why they be so happy to ruin your life and just do really disgusting things to you when you're in the phase of you know, devalue and the discard of this, you know, shit show of a cycle, because that's what they got. Everything around them is surrounded by constantly admiring them. Period. But see, the thing that they don't look at is they're a terrible person. So if a person does admire them, they want you to admire them knowing that they're dogging you. You know, narcissists want you to have a blind loyalty to them. And when you do, you must understand you're dealing with a person that will do a robbery with you and kill you at the end after y'all have gotten all these possessions together. That's who you're dealing with. You're not dealing with a person that is on your side. And anybody that's ever put the narc, you know, put them as any situation where you really needed somebody and you chose them to look after, you're fucked. You're fucked. Because if a narc, if he's in that situation, they gonna take advantage of it. They're gonna make you miserable in it. They're gonna and this feels good to them, you know? And this is why you need to stay away from them. Like, I have a narc ex that his mother went into the hospital, and she's a bigger woman, and I think that her health issues she was experiencing are along the lines of that. And this person told me, yeah, they went to the hospital and this and that. The doctor came into the hospital room and was basically saying I think he was getting the blood pressure of his mother, and he said, he looked at her arm and was like, oh, I know you can cook because she's fat, and I guess her arm is fat. And the narc came back and told me that. And when he told me, he thought it was funny, y'all. He thought that when him telling I would have asked him why every woman he date, y'all got the same shoe size. I would have asked him why your package you got down below is the same size as a Yorkie's or little Yorkie dog, teacup. Why are you being disrespectful to my mother and she's here because she's having health issues? This retarded ass dude literally told me that, trying to be funny about his own mother. Now, if a motherfucker do that to their mom and laugh and their mom is in desperation, you better know they're gonna laugh at you when you going through it. They are so sinister, y'all. You don't want them around you. And let's not even get into the fact that they be messing with the same sex. That's a whole nother conversation. But they trifling. And it doesn't matter what you do, you will never be good enough for a piece of shit, because you're not a piece of shit. So let them stay where they're at. If they're at with the new supply, let them be with the new supply. You don't need that.